favorite Gospels. We are MJM7. This is my dad.
My name is Michael, and this is my daughter,
Cecilia. And this is where we have 2 minutes to explain the Gospel for the next Sunday. After he fed the people, Jesus made the disciples get into a boat and proceed him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowds. After doing it, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When it was evening, he was there alone. Meanwhile, the boat, already a few miles offshore, was being tossed about by the waves, for the wind was against it, during the fourth watch of the night. He came towards them walking on the sea. When his disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. "It is a ghost," they said, and they cried out in fear. At once Jesus spoke to them. "Take courage, it is I. Do not be afraid." Peter said to him in reply, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." Peter got out of the boat and began to walk across the water towards Jesus. But when he saw how strong the wind was, he became frightened, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught Peter. After they got in the boat and the wind died, Jesus stretched out his hand and caught Peter and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" After they got in the boat, the wind died down. Those who were on the boat did him homage, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." It was whenever he saw the winds pushing against him that were stronger than him that he got scared. And especially now during COVID-19, it's a little hard. It's hard to have faith, and sometimes we start to sink. We start losing faith in God and relying on ourselves, not him.
So this is a metaphor. Do you know what a metaphor is?
Yes.
Okay, so let's break it down.
It's a comparison.
Yeah, so Jesus is Jesus, and Peter is, he could stand in for any of us. Like we could be Peter. That God calls us, and he calls us, what does he call us out of?
He calls us out of basically just going through the motions. He says, "Come to me and let me help you."
Yeah, he calls him out of the boat, out of where it's safe, where he knows, where he can sleep and rest and be comfortable. He calls us out of our comfort zones to experience something new. And that can be
scary.
Yeah, and that's what we see with Peter. And if you don't keep your eyes on Jesus when you're scared, when you're scared and you start looking around, it's easy to take your eyes off Jesus and look at all the scary things that are happening. I mean, 2020, man. Crazy town. What's going on here? Like, literally, crazy town. It's easy when you take your eyes off of Jesus to get scared.
Start sinking.
Right, to start sinking. But when you keep your eyes on Jesus, God's got us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think, Cece, you summed it up very well. During COVID-19, there's many ways that we could despair and start sinking, but God's got us. Amen?
Amen. So even if you can't go to Mass, make sure you go with God.